a pretty good music video. Oh, hi! You're back. I know it's been quite a while. I mean, a week, but hey, at least has been. I mean, hasn't 3 months between audiobooks anymore. So I think that's the reason why you came back, right? For another audiobook. Well, from the view counts, nobody but me watches these videos. But hey, I'll come back to them. And so I was just listening to some music, and some you can say, listen to some music, and also I was yeah, DDLC mods. No hanging, no noose, but yeah, that's a good thing. And life tech community schedule, yeah, it looks what it looks like. I'm not ashamed. So now, guys, let's just get on with what you came here for. Oh, before that, shit, I'm on 22%. Oh, whatever. But before that, guys, I gotta show you something really important. I have a bunch of new books now. Like, tons. I got tons of new light novels. I got, like, this light novel, like, because it was, one of the reasons why I like it is because it's kind of has this idea that I've kind of always had a bit. It's like, you know, East Case animes, where they go to another world and they're given magical powers. But I'm, like, thinking, like, what if, like, a superhero or some crap was transported to another world, like, in an East Case type situation? Like, then they already have their own power. And that's what this one here is. It's like, basically the guy in the book has this instant death ability that if you, like, guess focuses really hard, I'm only 2% into it. Not into it at all, but I kind of get the concept. Like, this guy has a instant death ability that if he thinks that he can make someone die instantly, doesn't matter who they are, if they have a brain and he can access it, he can make them die. Like, and oh yes, it's an Isuke one. I mean, obviously. Why wouldn't it be Isuke? That's just one of the over a dozen new books I have. Wait, let's just go down some of them. Like this one, these two books things I have. Basically, when the Vikings landed in North America and actually started to, colonize. And this one's about, as it looks like, campfire cooking and another with my absurd skill. This one's on the unwanted undead adventures. About this guy who kind of dies, but then becomes a skeleton, and he has to try to, become not a skeleton. This one is like about a guy. Yeah, while last boss appears, it's like about a guy. He becomes like his MMO character who is a female. And I guess he's an evil person. But the twist is, he doesn't just become an MMO character, but after he becomes an MMO character, he's like transported in 200 years in the future. Well, obviously in game. In game, this is after a player-made event where she or he was defeated. The in-game character. Then I have this one, Operation Normandy. Basically like what the Cuban Missile Crisis was, not just a crisis, but went quite hot. Like, whew! Like, someone turned down the heat. Yes, yeah. I got like literally, like, let's just count. Like, okay, that's 6, 9, 12. Oh shit. I'm good. 14. So 14 new books. Plenty of opportunity. Hell, there's also, I got like, again, I'm not ashamed. There's plenty of other books I want to do as well. Like, I want to get back to that eventually, but also the Nantucket series. Like, sounds like a beautiful time escape town travel book thing. Well, that's not the reason why we came here today. No one's coming to this anyways, but yeah. Conflict. Now, oh guys. Anyways, we are going to read damn it. Conflict. This is gonna be quite cool. Anyways, sorry, I'll be right back. Well, guys, this might be a chore to get through, but whatever. I go for this for you guys, even though there's nobody watching. But whatever. Somebody will be eventually watching. Like somebody is. How am I kidding? Nobody watches this shit. But to begin. Hold on. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh! Damn it! Damn it! This is my show. Sorry, guys. And yes, I'm going to attempt the accent for as long as I can. Damn it, Bobby. Now, let's go. Chapter 7. Thursday evening. Huh. Joe entered the forge, squinting as his eyes adjusted to the light from the hanging fluorescent lamps illuminating the now deserted classroom. Old classroom? Wait, forge? Wait. Anyways. Hell's. Wait, hold on. How's Alita? Asked Larry. Better. She spent the day in Christie's cabin. Joe opened the land of a battered ice case, because for chiller, cold, freeze. And twisted one of the 2 cans of non-alcoholic, damn it. Drink actual fucking beer, man. Whatever. He was carrying some slushy. He was carrying some slushy ice. Wait, what? Twisted one of the 2 cans of non-alcoholic beer he was carrying. Oh. Wait. Twisted one of the 2 cans of non-alcoholic beer she was carrying into a slushy. Oh, he's putting one of the beers into the ice chest. Okay. It's Christy thinks it's just a common cold with all new food, and also she's lactose intolerant, so she ate the wrong stuff, I guess. Whatever. Plus some residual problems from Tuesday's milk products, because they don't have milk, back in the native times. So of course it'd be lactose intolerant after so much time or whatever. Oh, they don't have cows. With a nearby chair with his hand sat, prompting the tab on the second can. Oh, the little thing on the cans. Anyways, poor kid. Bad enough getting the shits without getting the sniffles. Larry frowned at the can in Joe's hand. Still drinking that piss water? Larry sipped from his own can. The torn cardboard carton lay next to the ice chest, identifying his drink as a cheap domestic brew. Keeps me hydrated. Any ideas pop up since last night? Larry threaded a strip of leather for a curved sheet of bright metal. Nope. No magic lamp, no magic book, no magic nothing. Not even magic horse. Heard from the sheriff? Not a thing. Should we ride up to Red Wash? The sheriff and his men supposedly combed the entire canyon. Didn't see anything. Joe shook his head. At least they shouldn't have seen anything, because, well, you'd be insane to think time travel's a real thing in this time travel book. Anyways, nod to the metal in Larry's head. What the fuck is that? Winky this into a breastplate. Also, you don't need the can swear. Anyways, when you can get in and out without trouble. One of your SCA things? Joe added. How do you ever get into that stuff, let's see what this can mean. Okay, it's probably not that. It's probably not Sony Corporation. Well, whatever. It is? Yep. Yeah, because they like some stuff. Oh, it's Society for Creative Arcanism, whatever. It's yep, Larry. Larry rubbed at the dully gleaming metal. Society for Creative Anarchism. As far as I got there, that's a bit of a long story. Joe raised an eyebrow in encouragement. Actually, the SCA activities predates my eye sniffing and poetry. Larry smiled, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The SCA thing started with my non-recovery from my tour in the Middle East. Oh, so Larry is a veteran. Slight frown creased the normally happy face. Oh yeah, of course they need a veteran, actual military veteran for when they go back in time. They need every advantage they'll need every single advantage they get. Shit, Joe said. Didn't know you were ex-military. Not a good story. Short version is that I was a medic. Oh yeah, because they'll also need a medic too. You know, when they go back in time. I got myself wounded. Roadside bomb. I'm a kid except for a bit of a twig in my leg in damn weather. Larry took another swing. After I got out, I got to drinking too much. He paused to look at the can in his hands. Some bad memories. Live 88 needs. He met Joe's gaze. Went to a Renaissance fair with a bunch of other drunks. Saw these weird people wandering around in full armor. Think of that. You're just walking around a Renaissance fair and see someone in full armor. Whacking each other with dull swords. Joe tossed his empty can to a bucket already half full of empties. Jeez, you sure you still don't have a drinking problem? Anyways, held up the breastplate to the overhead lights and frowned. Joe added a little imagination and could see the curved metal matching part of a torso. A large torso. Kind of strange, but these people idolize Middle Ages fantasies seem to be an antidote for my Middle East nightmares. Damn it. That was a good stuffy, guys. Sorry. Anyways, Larry turned the metal piece over in his hands, thinking that the drinking was a reaction to the impersonal killing. Damn Muslim. And the SCA means me and my new buddy are just beating the shit out of each other for points. The loser buys a beer. Anymore, I'm a cheap winner. Granted, the curved piece of metal. The problem, he said, is fastening the damn thing together once you get it on. Like, so basically, once you get the breastplate on, fasten it on. Or some shit like that, I don't know. Anyways. Sorry. Sometimes my nose gets stuffy and then the snot, I guess, goes to my mouth, but then I have to spit it out. Didn't mean to disgust you. My bad. Anyways, Larry got up and pulled the second piece of curved metal from the closeted workbench. Sitting down, started stitching the two pieces of metal together. Oh, that's what you mean by fastening, or whatever. Because, yeah, breastplate covers both sides, I guess. I mean, like a torso thing, but whatever. Started stitching the two pieces together with a leather strip that appeared from nowhere. Any more of those dreams? He glanced up to Joe. You haven't mentioned them since Sunday morning. Last night was the same. Without the usual overtones, Joe said. When they first started, I kind of wanted the setting had something to do with being an orphan. I am. Yeah, I wondered if he was saying something. I remember he saying something about that. Larry shrugged. Can't relate too much. Never was close to my Irish family. Okay, so Larry just said he has an Irish family. And guess what happens in the next book? Larry goes to Ireland. Okay. Anyways. Joe's eyes wide. You're what? Larry expected the strips of metal. Well, my mom met this West African guy in college. Turns out he already had a couple of wives back home, because, West Africa. My mom didn't find out that about that mighty till I came along. I gotta say, what's wrong with having multiple wives? Yeah, what's wrong being a Mormon? Multiple wives. He frowned, picked up an owl, and enlarged one of the holes. She took me back to her Irish neighborhood in Boston. Quite the stir, I hear. Hooked back up with her high school boyfriend. Good guy. Damn it. You treated me right. They proceeded to produce the typical large Catholic family. I got along. Small son softened his face, and I was too big, for my biological dad, to get much shit in school. Yeah, because you don't want to mess with the big guy. Just he snorted, except for the nickname Irishman Larry. He laughed the leather through the final hole and nodded. That'll work. Anyway, can't say me and my half family are close, especially since Mom passed away. Always make sure to send nieces and nephews Christmas presents. And they better introduce Christmas to the natives because it's heresy not to celebrate it, you little fuck. But anyways, Joe was sad for a moment. I sort of related to not having a close family. Just had the one set of grandparents for most of my life, and they're gone now. I barely remember my parents. Although the terror when the authorities had pulled him out of school after his parents' accident had lingered in his nightmares for years. Larry started untying the two pieces. Me, hard to imagine having a family, especially after the golf thing. Whales too fucked. Huh? What? What's wrong with killing Muslim? As he pulled the last of the leather lashings apart, Larry looked at Joe. Actually, not much feels relevant anymore. He barked out a laugh. Guess that's why I got into blacksmithing. That's about as unrelevant as you can get, because who needs swords anymore? He turned the piece of armor over. Enough head talk. He stared out the doorway into the darkness. Brent. Fucking Brent. Doing one of his astronomy things again? Yeah, because Brent's fucking weird, you know. Yeah, Joe said, but I think he was going to join the campfire sing-along first, because yeah, Brent has fucking songs, terrible at it. It was said about something about listening to Christy singing and guitaring, if he's still not nursing, alta, that is, whatever. Larry looked at his withdrawals and found, well, looks like I missed it, the campfire sing-along part, campfire sing-along, please. Someone else will have to handle the low parts. I guess the song or the armor. I don't know. Joe said, I had to learn to sing. Well, I was raised Catholic, remember? Oh yeah, Larry chuckled. Didn't stick, but I did kind of like choir. It's got time to catch Brent's stargazing class. Oh yeah, let's go gaze at stars with fucking Brent. Now that's all like gazing at stars, but now with fucking Brent. Guy's a cunt. Nah, better finish this. Larry chuckled again. Now keeping track of stars is another unrelevant skill. Thank you, Larry. It's not that it's unrelevant, but it's weird when Brent does anything. Anyways, chapter 8. Friday. It's... Sorry. Asshole's trying to do the song we do not speak of, involving Friday. Anyways, feeling better? Joe hoped he was embarrassing her by asking. I think yes. Joe Atzel kept her eyes forward as they walked to the stables. Chrissy says it is new food and new little animals, I guess, at the stables, whatever. She bit her lip, but not. Whew. Chrissy says it is new food and new. Oh, yeah, new. Not the animal milk problem. So I guess the animal milk, because milk comes from animals. Oh, yeah. Because so the problem with her at first was, the new food, that because she's lactose intolerant, she couldn't eat it. And the new little animals, aka germs, or whatever. She better live. But not animal milk problem, that's not the main problem. I don't know. Just Brenton. Don't meet little animals with her. I do not know a word, she said. I'm not gonna fucking decipher what that is. I'm not gonna be fucking Sherlock Holmes and try to figure out the inner workings of what the hell what the hell this means. I just don't feel like it. So, no. You do it on your own, guys. I'm not. I just want to go. Says it is new food, lactose, new little animals, because germs and stuff like that. That's why she got sick, whatever. Well, the main problem was not the animal milk, or was the animal milk, or the reason, or the way to get better is to not get germs. Germs is to eat different food. I don't know what the hell, whatever this whole thing is, this whole first sentence, paragraph, whatever. A few sentences. Oh, I want to go kill somebody. But anyways, that's the point. What's that? Joe looked at her. Ah, you mean the microscope in the infirmary? Yes. Yes, but I do not understand. Okay, you know, say for L-Tup, I'll just use my regular voice. Yeah, you don't think a Native American girl from all the way back when is going to be acting like like the father from King of the Hill. Yes, but I do not understand. Chrissy said she showed me more later today. Well, the important thing is that you're better, said Joe. Feeling strong enough for horseback lesson? You're riding horses. Brent's covering my... I don't know, trust Brent, but whatever. Brent's covering my students this afternoon. We should check out some trails for a trekking class I want to start next week. But anyways, yeah, so basically, check out some trails, riding the horse on some trails for, I guess, for a tracking class you want to start next week, tracking things along some trails. Start a class for that or whatever. Yes. We've explained leather pants again, because they don't have that back then. I don't think they have any pants, really. Not much, anyways, but anyways. At the stables, Joe reviewed tack and helped Elta saddle Bambi. On several circuits of the ranch, they stopped at Joe's shed where Brent was teaching Joe's basket weaving class. This mountain, Joe led Alta into the back of the class area in the classroom. Chrissy wasn't in sight. 9 students, including 2 men, sat around the long tables working with rattan, cedar bark, and split spruce root, all intent on their baskets. After a few minutes passed before they became aware of Joe and Alta. Several stopped to whisper among themselves. Joe ignored them. Alta watched the students' progress for a few minutes before turning to Joe with a smile. I make basket? Sure, Joe said. Let me show you how to start. As Joe gathered materials, he heard Brent interrupt the class to watch. She does not know how to make a basket at all, so come on, sure, just for fun, or whatever. Around him, several of the students repositioned chairs. So much for, free visit. When Joe finished his demo of how to make a basket, Brent gave Elsa some pre-soaked reeds. Can I make my basket instead of yours? So just basically, can I make a basket of my own instead of taking yours or whatever? I guess that's what she means. She asked, looking at Joe. Sure. Joe looked down at the simple basket in his hands, made of a weaker weave. Oh, can I make my own idea of a basket instead of your idea of a basket? Sure, Joe looked at the simple basket in his hands, made with a wicker weave from an odd number of spooks. Make it your way. Elsa started her basket, but not the way Joe had demonstrated. What is the material? We call it rattan. It's the bark of a palm tree. Joe paused. Words weren't working. I guess Joe's in the American language or whatever. Looks like a large fern. As Alta twisted the fibers to form the bottom of her container, several of the students stopped working on their own baskets to watch. Damn it, notification. Oh, neat. Within an hour, Alta had finished a utilitarian basket of elegant simplicity, small enough to fit in a large man's hands. The woven, oblong, fab bottom curved up into a rounded shape with a matching neck covered by a fitted lid. Several of the students even recorded her efforts with their cameras or phones, and all were watching as she finished the basket. Joe stared at the tightly woven basket in Alta's hands, now glad that Chrissy wasn't here, because I guess he'd be distracted? I don't know why he didn't want her here. Wouldn't he want her to see that she's doing pretty well with this? Anyways, he glanced at Brent, who just raised an eyebrow. Joe shut his eyes to the open door. This isn't crazy, up the mountains. Loomed over the ranch compound. Somewhere up there, this young woman had lost her way and her life, negating the usefulness of her skills. Could a teenage woman survive in a world where none of her abilities were relevant? Because, yeah, she knows how to make baskets really well. That's definitely one thing they did back then. It's one thing you probably would want to know how to do to have some worth, some worth as a person. Having some abilities like that, being a crafter. To craft things. I guess that's what she did. She crafted things, you know. No, but in the real world, not in the real world, but in our world today, not that crafting isn't relevant, but just those kinds of crafting is definitely not as important anymore. It's not gonna get your farm life. Well, certainly not, but whatever. Anyways, this is very good. Joe's eyes widen as Alta trimmed the loose ends of the basket's wreaths with an obsidian knife from one of his display cases. He was going to have he's going to have to get her some steel knives and sharpening stones because he was she was really using that obsidian knife and dulling it, I guess. Whatever. Excuse me, said one of the students, an older man. Could perhaps a donation to the young man's education fund be made in exchange for a basket? Say $50 because she really likes the basket. Because he really likes the basket. The fund's a good idea. That's sort of covered. Joe averted his eyes from the man's gaze, but a wool blanket from the gift shop might be a good trade, shall I ask? After a nod from the man, Joe turned to Ulta. This man would like to trade a blanket for your basket. Would you like that? Can I see blanket? No, damn it. Over. Can I see blanket? Ulta asked without hesitation. Joe translated for her. The man excused herself. The man excused himself while disappearing in the direction of the gift shop. In a few minutes, he was back with a new wool blanket with a blue and red diagonal pattern. Alta fingered the blanket and smiled like, grr. No, she figured it's like, oh, it's really fucking soft. Then, then she looked up and studied the man with such seriousness that Joe almost laughed. Oh yeah, she does. The cutting tool, the knife. And cutting tool, Alta said, pointing to the man's sheath Bowie knife, because Bowie knives are the real shit. Fighting knife. Anyways, Joe translated. The man frowned and then laughed. Sure thing, he said, moving the knife and sheath from his belt so she could achieve it, not carrying the big ass knife everywhere. The man left with his new treasure. Brent moved to Joe's side. Gosh, well, he really bought was a story that goes along with Alta. Like, oh yeah, I met this Alta girl, and now I have this basket from her. I guess whatever. Please say in a low voice. All a kiss. Yeah, Dad. That's my daddy who's sleeping. All a guess know by now how he met her. And the basket's new owner also has a video of its construction. Yeah. Well, I don't want to get her a knife anyway. Joe shrugged. But now, I was thinking something a bit smaller in your knife. Funky Bowie knife. Quite a shrewd trader, she is. He added to no one in particular. Joe looked up at approaching footsteps. Hey, here's Christy. He goes for Christy. I'll use my normal voice too. I understand you had an exciting day. Christy placed her dinner tray down next to Alta. Her ability to speak Alta's language had dramatically improved in only 2 days. I wrote Bambi again, even solitaire, and I traded basket for blanket. Alta glanced at Joe sitting across the table, then back to Christy. And knife, Alta shook her head. That man is not a good trader. I can't disagree with that. Joe turned to Christy. After lunch, Alta helped me with tracking. I saw a new animal. Not sure. Joe said. Alta said the words slowly and carefully as she looked at Joe. Joe explained non-native animals. I showed her where the Nashra originated on a globe of the world. Damn it. The hell's that? I was a beaver like rodent. Oh, non-native animals is that animal's not native to the area, but is brought over from somewhere. Anyways, I showed her where the Nashra originated on a globe of the earth, said Joe. I need to think more. Alta's eyebrows narrowed, but Joe said Brent could explain plants and sun better. She only hesitated briefly. over the unfamiliar words, because they're not native to her language. Yeah, imagine that. You're a Native American person, then you go to the future and learn, oh yeah, that big ass thing in the sky, that's the sun. And you look at the area you're in, oh, there's lots and lots of other areas too. This is not the only area that exists. In fact, this whole area is called the Earth. Hell, there's other planets like it. Hell, there's other planets that could support life. Hell, you know this big ass thing that appears in the night? We landed on that shit. The moon's our bitch. Anyways, oh, he did? Christy looked from Alta to Joe, a smile tugging at the corners of her mouth. Joe decided to change the subject. How was your day? Oh, yeah. Yeah, her. Joe decided to change the subject. How was your day? Yeah, Christy's, I spent some time with father. Christy's smile faltered and she shrugged. Yes, her father. Tried to convince him to stay the second week as we had planned. But he's having withdrawal symptoms from his business. Because he has to go back to his business, I guess. Wants to. Face brightened and she turned to face Ulta. I have good news. There'll be an empty cabin next to mine. I reserved it for you, starting tomorrow. She spoke in Ulta's language. Ulta bit her lip. I not stay in your lodge. In this world, adults have their own lodge. Joe glanced from Christy to Ulta. Oh, sorry, guys. In this world, adults have their own lodge. Joe glanced from Christy to Ulta. Ulta's face relaxed and then she tilted her head in thought. Then she looked up at Christy and smiled. A moment later, her smile disappeared. My land, she'll soon have a, she would have soon. Her land, if she didn't, get time travel, she would have soon had a lodge. Built by village men. Grandmothers talked with near villagers about man for bed, sleeping with man for bed, or getting bed with man, or whatever. Also, his eyes lost her focus. Isn't Joe Coff's comment. Not his place to criticize and insult norms in her world. Even if she was barely out of childhood, and people were thinking about getting her married with somebody. Which, hey, whoever says there's anything wrong with being a pedo. FBI! Yeah, she's barely out of her childhood phase. She's barely out of the childhood phase of her life, so yeah, a little creepy, but hey, child marriage was really, really common back then. Like, so common, it was the norm. Anyways, how are a woman and a man married? She put her arm around Alta's shoulder. His feast. Alta lowered her head, staring at her hands as she opened and closed them. Males form line in front of the lodge. Husband must fight through. She looked up. Play fight, not kill fight. And husband faces grandmothers, must convince. A smile brightened her face. More hard than fight. Is there someone you considered for husband? Alta glanced at Joe. Yeah, point. Chewed her lip. Grandmothers talked with grandfathers from nearby village, but talk only. She picked up a spoon, moved a stray gray bean from one side of her plate to another, because nobody wants to eat that shit, not even her. Mother looks hard at men because looks hard at men. She's trying to find her mother trying to find the right man for her, right man to marry her daughter. Alta's mother trying to find the right man to marry her. Alta. Oh, you get the point. Whatever. She dropped the spoon. It clattered against the plate before bouncing onto the table. Mother needs me. Anyways, we'll be right back after I spoil myself. Not pee myself. I meant looking short in the story. So I look forward to the story, guys, and I figured out when they all do find the point in the story when they do all finally time travel into the past is roughly around chapter 14 and one chapter I'm in, I think I'm in chapter 9. It's like 30 pages. Wait, no, I'm on chapter 9. I don't know, man. end this part here, and later today, for it is Monday, I will make another part, and we'll finally get to the time travel, and then beyond that. Pretty cool story, but yeah, see you guys.